Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to my episode, I guess this is 10, of Tribal Survival, where we're going to watch a yellow dot traipse about a road. Sadly, I'm not being entirely facetious. That is more or less what's going to go on. So, when we left off, we got raided a few times. Looks like a lot of our stuff is burning, actually. Bite died. Best of my ability is keep him alive. He died anyway, because I forgot to lock the doors when he was recovering, and he traipsed about the outside and got himself a good deal murdered. We checked some of our neighbors for trade. I don't know, I'm not going to make that detour. But they didn't have the kidney I was looking for. That's pretty much all I'm looking for. So this episode might be a little boring, might be a little light on stuff, given that we're just doing some travel. Oh, but here we are, getting ambushed by manhunters, so I should have held my tongue. Alright, so these animals, you know what I'm going to do? Because they are the slowest out of everyone, I kind of don't want them getting injured because that will just ultimately slow me down. So I'm just going to put them in an animal area here and unmaster them and tell them to go away, basically. I'm pretty sure my guys can survive a turtle raid. That doesn't sound too tough. And, oh, Volka's showing up. I think they'll probably end up attacking the pirates. That ought to be interesting. Alright, Berman, let's earn your stripes with some turtle melee. Oh, well, that was fast. Okay, so here we are. Done with that one raid. Buffalo grazing on some grass, and off we go. Headed to Rivershaw. Alright, let's see. Will there be war? Probably, right? They can't like each other. And those guys are attacking everything. Oh. Infection took ya. Yeah, they're having social fights and like killing each other. Damn, with a sword too. Oh, and another one dropped. It is interesting to watch the AI and the pawns duke it out, you know, because they're not great at murder. Let's be honest. Sappers are dangerous, but they're not the most skilled at taking us down. I mean, the AI definitely could be improved, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So now I'm getting my base littered with corpses of barkeeps and geologists, because apparently that's a thing. Bite's starting to rot. I wonder if it, I guess I really don't care about cargo pods. If it starts to weigh on our colonists here that Bite died. I haven't noticed their social before, so Chewie is acquaintanced with everyone. Sienna's father-in-law is dead. Husband. Acquaintance. Wife and father dead. Grandmother dead. I don't know how the father died. Sugar has a sister who's dead. Yeah, I remember that. Because it was a bit of a pain to recruit her when she was dead. And she's like kind of getting friendly with Chewie, but Chewie hates her. And Bourbon, Wallace is lover's dead. A lot of dead people. That's kind of the only relations we have are with dead folk. Light never knew any of them. Oh, alright. Caravan trade? Yeah, let's see. We are light on pemmican. We can buy their go juice. They really don't. They're not really offering anything. They're offering some raw meat, which kind of doesn't help us. So, how much food do we have? We have 13 days of food. I thought we were light on. Oh no, we have a lot of hidden pemmican that just wasn't showing up in that trade, I think, for whatever reason. So we got 13 more days of food, which is plenty to make some good distance. That'll get us to about this area, maybe a little further. For now, I'm just gonna rest up. Appears to me that a lot of their social issues, I mean, their moods are kind of average, not particularly high. Sugar's is a little lower than the rest because of her injury. She got Mike Tyson ear bit or something. I don't know how she got that injury, but I suppose it doesn't matter. And I don't believe any of our Muffalo are pregnant, which certainly helps. Man, I should have started here on all those pirates. That could have been fun. Maybe not as a tribe. Fighting people with sniper rifles when you have bows puts you at a pretty distinct disadvantage. Alright, let's see what they have to trade. Oh, they have polar bears. That's not scary. They have some meals that I'm going to purchase. And let's see what else. Labrador fur, that's dark. Steel, jade, kidney, yes. That's what I'm looking for. Hyperweave and synth thread shirts. No. I don't really need that stuff. I wouldn't mind getting all the way there on just my Devil Strand. So is that all I need from them? Kidney and a few fine meals? I could buy a few polar bears to slaughter for food later on, but I don't think meat is going to be hard to come by, so I'm not going to bother. Alright. The next visiting point is 10 days away. We have 12 days of food. We're actually making some pretty good time here. Or 14 days of food. Some of it's going to rot, because some of it are meals. And I don't think the game knows to eat the meals first. So my nutrient paste meals, maybe they are being eaten first. But I think my nutrient paste meals might be not prioritized over packaged survival meals, because packaged survival meals are higher quality. I'm not really sure how that works. So the next time we get waylaid by enemies on the road, I will toss that kidney into Sienna. So that way if she incurs some sort of infection, she'll be fine, because her, you know, a kidney makes your blood filtering worse. But, you know, so any infection is actually pretty lethal. Like even a cut that gets infected, unless you can amputate, it's pretty lethal, I think, because your immunity won't outpace the infection and you'll die. The only universal health care that we have in the United States is kidney dialysis. Surprisingly enough. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm sure it was people pushing for it. But President Nixon signed a bill that said that the government would pay for dialysis for anyone that needed it. And when he signed that bill, there weren't too many people that needed dialysis, but now there are. There's a lot more people that need dialysis in the U.S. now. I'm a wee bit off topic, but I'm just discussing Sienna's injury of her sort of needing dialysis. If she got a blood infection, she would probably need dialysis to help filtrate her blood a little better. But I deeply digress. So we had some food rot. Maybe it was a stack of PEM. I'm not sure. Certainly all the nutrient paste meals are gone. If we're headed to purple, Anwick is definitely the next point of interest that isn't hostile. Unless we detour in a huge way. So back to this base. A lot of this is held up. I think every room has been broken into, though. Except for the few of the pillboxes. We got 1, 2, 3 pillboxes not broken into. It maybe wasn't the best design I could have come up with, but it was certainly functional and kept everyone but Wallace alive. Wallace... Oh, actually, they haven't broken into the tomb. I just realized. The crypt. That's interesting. A lot of the times when I get raided, the raiders like immediately go to the crypt and start burning graves. It'd be really interesting if the game added a feature where like if your graves got looted, it was a huge... there's a person in there? It was a huge mood debuff. So if you wanted to demoralize the enemies, you could raid crypts and tombs, something like that. Cause a lot of sort of emotional damage, especially for those that cared for the dead. That's just an idea. A little idea, and then you would want to try to keep your dead safe and not just bury them out in an open field. Maybe that's just too complicated. I don't know. I'm not Tynan or any of his other developers, so what would I know? Alright, we are 5th of April, May, which is about a third of the way through the fall. The trouble is, once we hit winter, we will be moving a lot slower. So actually, for those 15 days, even though we're pretty close to the zone, it might be worth setting up a temporary shelter and getting a huge food surplus for the last leg of the journey. I'm not exactly sure where we'll end up by the end of the winter. On the other hand, if we can make it to this desert or arid shrubland, like all of this move speed is no different in the winter. In fact, I think almost the entire rest of our journey, winter doesn't matter because it's all in a desert. And normally desert travel would be slow. Well, oddly enough, it doesn't say it's slow. I mean, it's slow once you get into the mountains. But even in the extreme desert, although, come on, that's not extreme desert. I guess it's just, it doesn't get any rain. That's what makes it extreme. It's not like hot or anything. Yeah, this desert is pretty quickly passable, especially with the road in it. So I guess we won't have to really pit stop in for the winter. We might want to stockpile possibly here or so for food, because there's really not going to be a lot of food in the arid shrubland. I mean, in the desert and extreme desert, it will be pretty devoid of food. But on the other hand, it's still fast. We're taking some wacky detour. I guess it's, oh, because it's arid shrubland. It's fast to traverse. So it's faster to go through here and then up on the road and then go around. I didn't realize that. Alright, so if we queue up... Yeah, see, you can see it. We just cut straight through the desert here because there's no point going up and around. Another trade. We will buy some of your meals. That's it, I think. Unless we want some raccoons, which I don't. Days of food, arrival. So we're arriving at the end in 11 days, which I think I can do in this episode, honestly. So really what I want to do is travel to here. We're getting there in 4.5 days. We have 6.5 days of food. Some will rot, so maybe we only get to here. We'll see. We will make some meals. The one thing I'm worried about is if there is going to be enough berries and the like plant matter to feed us. So I might want to stop in a tropical rainforest or temperate forest, which will offer a more abundance of berries. So I'm going to stop here and surplus food, because there's really no opportunity to hit up a forest after that. Alright, so let's kick the time up. This is not far off the road. Dinosaurs Community. That is Misery Organization is the name of the faction. Is one word. That's interesting. That's a really strange terrain right there. 2 rivers combined. So, what is the tile? So we're definitely slower on this tropical rainforest, but 'tis what we need for the food. And I'll set up, you know, like a very temporary little bedrooms, that kind of thing. We won't be here long. Just a sole focus on food gathering. Come on, get there. Alright, time to generate a new map. Hopefully one with plentiful resources. So right off the bat, let's make some bedrooms. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doors will be made out of wood, because wood is faster. Furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can build on this marsh stuff, good. I was worried I couldn't. Production. Fueled stove. Butcher. Floors. Make them as nice as we can. I know we'll be here temporarily, but you might as well have something nice, right? Alright, and then I'm obviously over-engineering this, but that's what I do. Alright, so immediately I'm going to start, you know, I'm actually going to get them constructing. Can we... Okay, they all want to rest. Everyone wants to wander? Fine, y'all can wander. I ain't going to stop you. It's a lot of stuff that's kind of rotting here, but, you know, that's what they wanted. So yeah, we went through pretty much all our PEM here. There's plenty of game here, and I'm sure there's plenty of raspberries. It just, yeah, there's definitely some raspberries. I don't think I'm going to be here long enough to bother with a rice crop. And I could have just pumped them all full of wake up and gotten started. Maybe I should have done that, but oh well. I don't want to wake them now. There's no need. No walks. No walks. What in the hell? Can we? Thank you. I'll just force you to build. Very annoying. Alright, I'm gonna stick you with Go Juice. She's our constructor, and alright, so this will be food. Got a mad animal. Oh, in the wrong zone. Oh, actually, so I don't really care what happens to the rest of this. Some of you might, but I'm going to abandon it. Because all it's going to do is distract us, I think. No, don't get pregnant. I don't want no pregnant buffalo. Oh well, I think they already have. Alright, so we have a bunch more steel. We need to cut more trees down. We'll have some major break risks here. Chewy. Alright, let's have you Go Juice. I'm going to queue up some tree cutting, because we'll need it for the stoves and the like. Man, many hands make quick work, doesn't it? Alright. Unnecessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Alright, we need a little bit more steel. Is that gold? Silver. Is that the closest steel? It appears to be so. I'm sure that's more than we need. Alright, this needs to be for Sienna and Newton. And Sienna, you're going to have an operation where we install a kidney. I guess we'll make this medical for now. Alright, Burbs. Time to put that kidney in. Don't screw up. I know it's a dark room, but you're a pretty skilled doctor. Alright. Got that new kidney in. didn't quite finish all the bedrooms, but it's a pretty good start of a little base. Newton's sleeping outside. You have a bedroom. I'm not gonna wake you. Alright, so now she is high in go juice, but other than that, she's tip-top shape. We're in business here, obviously, as you can see. Alright, so the next task is to harvest berries. And I don't mind if I have extra heal root, so I'm just going to do blanket harvesting. Some of this is heal root. And then zoom out. I'll hunt boars. So what we need to do is we need to create more butcher and queue up Pem and maybe put a few lights in the base. Dimitri, that's probably not the safest place for you to stand. Alright, I'm sure that's enough steel. Alright, and we'll allow corpses in there. Ought to speed it up a bit. Cutting down these worthless trees. But the simple fact of the matter is we need some tasks like that. Because there's just not a lot of stuff to do. Oh, we got a Manhunter pack. Oh boy. That's not a small pack. Alright, so let's figure this out. Animal area. Let's put our Muffalo away. Hide him, basically. Chewy, put you inside. Everyone else. Get back to the base, or get ready to fire. Gonna put Bourbon in the door. So here, you know, I wasn't ready for this, obviously. Let's see what they have to do. That is some noise right there. Alright, so let's get some more shots on. Absolutely not, Chewy. That's going to be the name of the game. Is the pot shot and hiding. We've killed 2. We've wounded a few. Yeah, you're bleeding out. I don't want to try to melee 3 caribou. That's too many. I could go for 1 though. Especially an injured one. Whoa, Sienna. I think that's another, yeah, mortally injured one. Make do with what you can here. Alright. You, Chewy, I want you to be productive, but you keep wanting to wander away, so let's restrict you to home only. Oh, you're going for those berries? Let's forbid that too. Pretty good. I mean, I feel like a scrub fighting it this way, but it's working and we're making progress. Alright, Berman's probably heard enough. Pinky Toe destroyed. Alright, I don't want you to rest. I want you to take Wick up. I know, drugs. So many drugs. You are hopped up. It's like an amphetamine rush. And we're in the clear. With a lot of meat. Meat that's going to spoil, but meat nonetheless. Alright, let's forget these dinky trees. They don't have a lot of wood. Just go right after the high wood trees. Yes, I realize that that's not the name of the trees, but I don't care. Wow, Sienna, you are hopped up. I love it. Alright, we need some plant cutters. Why aren't you cutting trees down? I don't want them cleaning the wild here. Yeah, we can forget that. Go chop the trees, pick the berries. That's what I care about. So now we'll unrestrict them, get them on their merry way. Obviously, we don't need more boars at the moment, so I'm canceling whatever boar hunting we have done. Trying to get those raspberries. Let's not allow corpses in here. There's just too many. And let's go ahead and just drop the PEM. got bedrooms for everyone. Bunch of awful ones, but hey, they're bedrooms at least. Alright, we got our stoves back and going. You want to hide in your room, Chewie? Go for it. Bourbon can press ahead. Alright. We've got some PEM to make, obviously. And I'm working on that. And it's mostly just harvesting berries. That's the bottleneck here. But we're in a jungle. There should be plenty. There's plenty out there. So what I'm going to do here is our cooks will absolutely cook. Everyone else will haul. And everyone else will plant cut. And that should keep the pemmican train rolling. I'm going to make another fueled stove here. So both our cooks can cook at the same time if they want. We'll need a little bit more wood, but that's fine. Make pemmican, do forever, and drop it on the floor. And there's plenty of berries here, as I sort of assumed. I think we'll try to get about 3,000. That was about our yield the first time around. So what is your needs? You need rest and food. Let's have you take some wake up. And then you can eat. See, now you'll be cooking. Let's haul some of this back. Everyone's cutting the berries, but no one's hauling it back. I could change the priorities, but whatever. At least the berries are out there. Alright, making some passive coolers here. It's getting hot. No need for overheating ponds if we don't need, you know? It's like, why melt ourselves, right? Alright, we're already up to 700. I think we're just about in the phase where we're going to be hauling all the berries back. So it looks like we're harvesting trees now. Give them some manual orders. We're up to 800 PEM. Let's just go ahead and expand this stockpile in a ridiculous way. 1,000. Ooh, getting even better. There's a whole lot of meat that's going to spoil pretty soon. That's enough social relaxing. I know. I cracked the whip. Come on. Yes, it is hideous. I acknowledge this. Alright, so we're going to cut down a few more trees for the fuel for these stoves. And ideally, we'll leave as soon as possible. I don't plan on sticking around here if I don't need to. Alright, we're starting to haul the berries back. Nope. Sorry. Not taking on any refugees. That's a hard no. Why are you idle? Got fueled stoves. That don't make no sense. Alright, we're gonna have some meat rot here. Oh, animals. You can now go about wherever you want to go. So given that some of our meat's gonna rot, I suppose we need to hunt just a wee bit more. I'm just looking for big game that aren't elephants, because I happen to like elephants. I don't think they should be hunted. Cassowaries are dicks. They're like dinosaurs that haven't gone extinct. Who's risking? Bourbon? Hey, Bourbon. I'm gonna make you work. Overdose my ass. You'll be fine. I guess that doesn't help when they're overdosing. There we go. Now they're super workers. And when everyone wakes up, we can hit the road. So I think we have enough PEM here. Given that we have a nice little stockpile of survival meals that we didn't have before. And I can leave the steel and wood behind. So sugar, once you wake up, done. Alright, let's get out of here. Where are we? I'm a wee bit turned about. Oh, we're here. Here we go. Alright, so form caravan. Items. PEM. Meals. Some herbal, medicine, wake up, go juice. I'll bring the steel and the wood, just in case I need to make another pit stop. All the backup armors. And silver. We have a lot more weight, so... I don't need the wool. That looks about right, and we'll exit to the northwest. I don't know if you can put a caravan packing spot after the fact, but let's try. Yeah, I think you can. Looks like you can. Alright, once they all rendezvous, we'll pack and we'll leave. We'll hit the road again. The open road. Alright, so getting all that PEM in. Got some brake risks. Not gonna worry too much about. And just about done. Here we go. Exiting the map. That was a quick little pit stop. Didn't take too long. We were here only like 2 days. Got a whole lot of food for 2 days worth of work. Now, I don't really know why I'm visiting them. We have 16 days of food. We certainly can make it in one shot, but we might as well see what we can buy. I don't know what we need, but you know, who knows. So now we are watching the little yellow dot once again. I really think it should be a cyan dot, so it matches your faction color, but that's just me. Or something besides a dot. I don't know. I mean, On the Road was just last patch, so I'm sure there'll be features added to it in due time. Or at least that's what I hope. But time will tell. Alright, so I'm going to abandon this base. I think keeping the last base alive for entertainment value is nice, but I think once we abandon the base, the game will speed up a bit more, which is why it gets all lag chunky. And given that we are 47 minutes into this episode, I want to make as much territory as we can, so that we can have a definitive ending to this saga, one way or another. You can see the days pass quickly. That's kind of nauseating. So I'm going to zoom back out, or zoom back in, so you don't have to watch the stars go crazy. It is quite a trek. We were watching food get consumed there, I think. Alright, let's see about trade. What can we give you that we don't need? I don't really think I need anything off you. So we'll move on. Man, the attack button is really close to the move on button. I hope it has a confirmation. I forget the last time I attacked a caravan. But if it doesn't ask something like, "Are you sure?" That would be problematic. So we have a pregnant muffalo. It's going to slow us down, but I'm not going to cut it from the pack. We've gone... Well, we've gone... I wish I had my original colony, but we've gone about a quarter of the globe, or a third of the globe with that muffalo. So I'll go the whole way with it. And Wick, we are coming. Ooh, slowing down. Must have been, I don't know why we slowed down, to be honest. Alright, let's see about this trade. Like I said before, I'm not entirely sure why I even bother with the trade, but let's shed our weight for the last stretch. And I'm gonna buy a bunch of meals. Because why not? We're only 5 days away. You know, I actually can't remember the last time I made it to the AI ship. I almost always construct the ship myself. I don't know if I've ever actually made this journey before. I have to be honest. I might have done it once, but I don't recall doing it, so this is kind of a first for me. Since we're passing right over this rest stop, might as well hit it up. We have time. I don't know who puts a rest stop in extreme desert, but they did. Arctic wolf. That sounds like a good pet to have. Oh. And we'll have some, well, let's get rid of our drugs and buy a bunch of lavish meals to celebrate. Yep. You can have all my extra clothing. I don't believe we'll need it. If we end up needing it, I'll be awfully surprised. Alright. And here we go. We are just 5 days away. So this challenge may have been a little easier than my previous ones. I acknowledge that. I certainly didn't go about it the most efficient way. But hey, you got some more episodes out of me than you could have otherwise. I probably could have made this trip in 4 episodes maybe. You know, the initial episode of resource gathering, training an animal, hitting the road, maybe even less than that. I mean, the thing is, I'd say, hey, this would be good for a speed challenge, but honestly, watching a little yellow dot is problematic. It's boring. I haven't even been raided in a while, Manhunter raided or otherwise. Wow, okay. No, I won't be trading with you. That's interesting. It'd be cool if there was a game mechanic where if you potted into this mountain, this impassable mountain, because obviously you can't travel in there, if you could not be raided by anything but like mechanoids or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. It's a geological feature I don't often see. I guess there's a bunch of them here. Maybe I just never have an eye for it. Man, you keep wanting to trade. All I'm getting... Oh, I guess the Arctic wolf got a friend. Let's have an Arctic fox to join us. Why not buy some survival meals? It's not like I'm doing anything with the silver. And keep going. So we finished off with some pets. Sphinx and whatever the fox's name will be. Alright. There we go. Challenge is complete. So we lost Sphinx and Gretel, I guess it is. We lost Wallace. We lost Bite. Not that Bite was ever really truly a colonist. But yeah, I thank you all for watching and tuning in. This has been the conclusion of my... Oh, that's loud music. Come on. I can't even fix that, can I? Well, that's a little better. Yeah, so that concludes my challenge here, and I've been reading some of your challenge stories. It has been interesting. I appreciate all of the feedback and tips that you guys gave me. And as I've said in a few previous videos, if you have any ideas for community challenges, personal challenges just to me, ideas for different games or different streams, hit me up. I'm available. I'm happy to oblige some of those requests, and I look forward to hearing from you all, and I hope you enjoyed this series. So adios, everyone. Until next time.